I don't remember the first words that my mother said to me, but they may very well have been, "You are going to college." I mean, it was, my mother had never gotten to go to college, and it was a huge value that I was raised with, that it was not negotiable. That created an expectation in me and what I had to do, and my brother and sister and I, that often is not part of an experience of a lot of kids. Deeply loved kids from very strong families don't necessarily always have the trusted adult who is helping them navigate all of the issues. First off, making sure that from the moment they're born, they're getting the support they need, that they're being read to, that they're talked with, that they're given the soft skills we think about, basic things like we'll begin to see as kids learn how to do their homework and quiet time in a house. The more you look at the intangibles connected to learning, the more you sadly understand that a family without as much family history in education, with greater challenges, where people could be working a couple jobs, where there could be language and cultural barriers, all of these things add up, and they create one benefit gap after the other after the other. That doesn't have to be a showstopper, and it's not, because over time, I've gotten to know many of the 18,000 young people we've put through Step Up, and 90+% of them are kids below the poverty line, and 80% are kids of color, and 30% are from immigrant families. I've seen it, and I've seen that if kids can overcome some of the deeper barriers they have, they're far more able to succeed in the new environment, because that's toughened them. They often come with skills of crossing cultural barriers. Language, obviously, is often something. Any kid who's had to navigate through some of the tough things in life has a grit that I think is very tangible as a success indicator. It's important for us to call attention to the real challenges some of our kids have, and the privilege others have, and the necessity to give that privilege to every kid. But it's also important to call attention to the fact that this next generation is being raised for different skills, especially the ability to cross cultural barriers. And the kids we're raising in this community have far deeper capacity to cross a barrier than I ever had, or most other people in this community ever had. That's an asset, and so my job is to call attention to the gap and to call attention to the asset and help the community map out plans to address both.